Hi, my name is Socratic. Let me present to you the new series of Java Enterprise Edition 7 in a nutshell from Socratic Consulting. In this session we will discuss about architecture overview.
Thank you, Socratic, for the short introduction. Hi everyone, and welcome to Java Enterprise Edition 7 in a nutshell course. In today's session we will be speaking about the architecture overview. Our session agenda has 5 important aspects. The first one is represented by the main characteristics of an enterprise application. The second one is the transition from client-server applications to free-tier application model. The third one is the importance of middleware. The fourth one is what is SOA and how does it fit in a Java Enterprise Edition platform. And the last one is represented by application servers. Whenever we speak of an enterprise application, we have to think to some basic and fundamental characteristics of such a system. And those characteristics are: we have a big volume of data that is processed and stored. We have many user interfaces of the same system according to different user roles and rights. We have the presence of batch processing. That means that we have the ability to schedule the processing of data and also scheduling jobs. We have to integrate with other or with legacy systems, such an enterprise application. We have complex business logic, and we have complex deployment and maintenance tools. Transition from client-server applications to free-tier application model. First, we need to have a clear separation and to fully understand why a Java Enterprise Edition ecosystem uses such a model and what does it mean, a free tier model. The first tier is the client-side one, and this tier will be addressed by application presentation side. It has to do with the user interface. The second tier is for the business logic, and it will incorporate system business functionalities. And the last tier is the one used for integration with other systems. It's also called an enterprise information systems tier, and the external or the system that are used in such a tier can be database servers, FTP servers, LDAP servers, mail servers, and the list can continue. Please make sure that a tier is not a layer. So a tier is a different concept from a layer. A tier is from the deployment perspective, from the machine perspective. Okay, so it has to do with the physical part, and the layer is a way of logically structuring a software system. So tier is the physical part and layer is the logical part. They form, let's say, an important concept for describing software systems. But they are not the same, the one and the same. Now we will have a short overview over the free tier model. So in this diagram, we can see that the first tier is represented by the client machine. It's called the client tier, and inside this inside this tier we have the Java Enterprise applications. It can be a client application, it can be a web application that serves as a client. In the second tier, this is managed by a Java Enterprise Edition server, and we can have inside that server a web tier or a business tier. In this representation, please keep in mind that when we speak of a web tier, we are also, or when we speak of application server that is heavyweight, it means that we have both a web container and we have a business logic container. And the third tier is the enterprise information systems tier. In this example, we have a database server. Okay, as you can see, this is a 3-tier model. The importance of a middleware. This is a new concept that it's introduced by an enterprise platform. Why should we, what is it first of all, a middleware, and why we should use it? First, we need to reanalyze the 3-tier model. Like we said, 3-tier model is from a deployment machine perspective. From a system layer perspective, we will now speak of a client middleware server. The functions of a middleware. There are two major ones. The first function, it must assure and facilitate communication for custom business services of an enterprise application. The second one is to assure and facilitate communication for built-in services of enterprise platforms. I will be a little bit more explanatory over here. So we have a business service, a custom business service, because an enterprise application resides or is, let's say, deployed on an enterprise platform, but it addresses a certain business domain. When you construct your business domain in your application, you need to have custom business services. The next point is the one regarding built-in services. So you have to have some pre-existing services in order for your application to be fully operational. Okay, and this is why you should use a middleware. What is SOA and how does it fit in a Java Enterprise Edition platform? SOA is the acronym for Service-Oriented Architecture. It is an architectural design pattern, and its structural components are a service provider, a service broker, and a service consumer. In this diagram, we can see the structural components, the service broker, the service consumer, and the service provider. But please keep in mind that an important concept for this is the service contract. Okay, so how does this fit together? So we will define a service in our enterprise application. We will have someone will be the client, will consume that service, but the enterprise platform will have to provide to us a way of communicating and exchanging messages. Okay, and all this communication process will be done against or will be using a service contract, and this is how SOA is relevant to an enterprise ecosystem. And let's run this analysis once more. So the relationship between SOA and Java Enterprise Edition is driven by the need to provide capabilities of defining, registering, and finding both application business services and also standard platform services. And those can be authorization and authentication, messaging queues, logging, etc. Application servers. We mentioned the fact that we have enterprise applications, we have enterprise platforms, but we are missing a key part. An application server basically represents the backbone of any enterprise software system, and it's very important from the perspective that is the runtime, and it includes a free tier model, it includes built-in services, it includes a middleware, and a middleware can be a web container or a business logic container. It deals also with enterprise information systems for interacting with other external systems. And very important, it contains the implementation of technologies defined in the Enterprise Edition platform and the Java Enterprise Edition platform specifications. I will mention a few of them. We have the Servlet API, we have the Java Server Pages, we have the Java Server Faces, we have the Enterprise Java Beans, and the list continues. Application servers are in two flavors. We have lightweight application servers, which in most cases contain only a web container. In this direction, I will mention the Apache Tomcat server, which is a lightweight one. We have the heavyweight application servers. In these particular cases, those application servers contain both web containers and business logic containers. A business logic container from a Java technology perspective is AJB, Enterprise Java Beans. And an example for heavyweight application servers can be the Glassfish application server or the JBoss Wildfly application server. Also, a major concept and mechanism introduced starting from Java Enterprise Edition 6 and present also in Java Enterprise Edition 7 is the customization of containers for an application server, and this customization is made using profiles. So now we will discuss a little bit of the technologies involved in Java Enterprise Edition 7. First of all, please bear in mind that GSR stands for Java Specification Request and GCP stands for Java Community Process. And in this picture, we have the technology stack for the Enterprise Edition 7. Okay. The portable extension specification and technology, the GSP, Java Server Pages specification and technology, the Java Server Faces, and the Servlet API are all technologies for the web container. Expression language is a specification that addresses the process of the mechanism, basically the mechanism of binding the model with the view, and JXRS is the specification and technology that allows in Java to build RESTful web services and RESTful endpoints. The common annotations, interceptors, and context dependency injection, as you can see also from this diagram, are cross-border technologies, meaning that they are used both in web container technologies and in web technologies, and also in business logic technologies and specifications. We have the managed beans. We have the AJB, which stands for Enterprise Java Beans. I mentioned this in the previous slides. So this addresses the custom business part and the technologies used for that. We have over here, but I think by now you kind of anticipated this. We have the connector specification. We have the JPA, which stands for Java Persistence API, and we have JTA, which stands for Java Transaction API, and we have Java Messaging Service. These all technologies are related to the Enterprise Information System tier, so basically the mechanism in which we can communicate with external systems. Keep in mind that the Java Transaction API is not only related, or it does not address only the database part. You can use that technology to make transactions with any other resources. Bean validation is an important technology. It has to do with validating models inside enterprise applications. Here are some new specifications. We have the concurrency utilities, we have the batch applications specifications. In this case it's batch applications specification. If you remember, at the beginning of our session I mentioned that an important characteristic of any enterprise system is the ability to process to have batch processing, better said, of batch processing of data. A new specification is the Java API for JSON. JSON is a way of defining and exchanging data, and Java API for WebSocket. Don't worry, in the next sessions we will address any major specification in this technology stack. Okay, this is the end of our session. Thank you for your attention. I hope you gained some new information and some useful information. Please follow us on Twitter, on twitter.com/SocratecIT. Thank you.